Praise be Jesus Christ and Mary Immaculate. Welcome to this homily for the first Sunday of Lent. We're going to read from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 4, verses 1 through 11, the temptations of Jesus in the desert. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus is led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. But to understand this passage correctly, we must place it in its context. Very briefly, let us make a distinction. A temptation usually suggests something clearly sinful, an invitation to do evil. A seduction, on the other hand, is more subtle. It offers something that looks good: success, influence, security, and even religious greatness. But I choose to use the word seduction here because nothing the devil proposes to Jesus appears to be morally evil. Instead, it is a different way of being a Messiah. The devil wants Jesus to take a shortcut to his glory, to become glorious, to show off without the cross. Jesus has just been proclaimed in his baptism the beloved Son of God. The temptations that Jesus is about to face are about how Jesus will live his divinity as the Son of God. He had just heard the voice of the Father say, "This is my beloved Son." And now the Spirit leads him into the desert. The desert recalls the Exodus, the journey of liberation, the time of testing, and even the place where those who sought power would gather. It is a place where someone's identity is clarified. And the devil appears only here in Matthew's Gospel. And notice something important. He does not present himself as the enemy of Jesus. He presents himself almost as a collaborator of Jesus, someone who wants Jesus to succeed. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, 40 symbolizing an entire generation, Jesus is hungry. This means that these seductions will not be limited to one moment. They will accompany him throughout his whole life, a whole generation. The tempter says, "If you are the Son of God," better translated, because you are the Son of God, or since you are the Son of God. He is not questioning Jesus' identity, he is suggesting how Jesus should use it. The first seduction: turn these stones into bread. In other words, use your power for yourself, satisfy your own needs, prove who you are. And Jesus responds with scripture: "Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Jesus will never use his divine capacity to feed himself. Instead, later in the gospel, he will make himself bread for others. The Son of God does not turn stones into bread for himself. He becomes bread for the world. The second seduction: the devil takes him to the holy city, to the highest point of the temple. Notice, the devil takes Jesus. Jesus obeys, he follows. He even quotes scriptures, Psalm 91. He says to Jesus, "Throw yourself down and make a spectacle. Let's see the angels catch you." This is the seduction of religious success. Impress the people. Do what they expect from the Messiah. Appear suddenly in glory. It is the same voice that will later say to Jesus on the cross, "If you are the Son of God, come down. Make a spectacle." And Jesus answered again with scriptures, "You shall not put the Lord the God to the test." Faith does not need to perform tricks. Trust does not need spectacle. And the third seduction: the devil shows him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory, and he says, "All of these I will give you if you fall down and worship me." Here the masks fall. This is about power, wealth, and domination. The devil offers Jesus the condition of divinity through control and power. All Jesus must do is worship power. But Jesus responds firmly, "Begone, Satan. The Lord your God shall you worship, and him alone shall you serve." This is the great danger: idolatry. Not bowing before statues, but bowing before power, success, influence, control. In Matthew's Gospel, the mountains are connected. They all say, the different parts of the same story. There is the mountain of temptations, there is the mountain of the Beatitudes, there is the mountain of the Transfiguration, and there is the mountain of the Resurrection. On the mountain of the temptations, the devil offers divinity through power. On the mountain of Transfiguration, Jesus reveals that divinity comes through self-giving love. The condition of being like God is not achieved through domination, but through generous self-giving. And these are not only Jesus' seductions, they are also ours. We too are seduced in this way. Use your gifts for yourself. Make your faith impressive. Seek influence, security, and control. Worship success and do everything in your power to gain it. Lent is not about feeling guilty. It's about choosing which face of God we want to reflect. Will we reflect a God of power who dominates, or a God who loves to serve? Jesus chose, and precisely because he refused the seduction, the angels came and ministered to him. True glory does not come from controlling or owning the world. It comes from giving yourself in love. And that is the path that leads beyond death, from the mountain of temptation to the mountain of resurrection. God bless you.